Hey guys, what's going on? Frank Rich here from Rebuilt Recovery. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how to overcome porn addiction forever and why it's this belief and approach in doing it forever that is going to be the ultimate path to your success and freedom from pornography and masturbation. But before we do that, real quick, if you guys haven't watched my most recent video where I talk about how you can transform your life in 90 days, make sure to check that out. I'm going to link it up right here, right at the top of this video. But that is a conversation from a recent podcast that I had where both myself and the guest, Vince, share our experiences with a 90-day radical life transformation by harnessing our sexual energy, by following a nofap, and really tapping into our deeper purpose for our lives. So I want to make sure that you guys get that. So check that video out. But although in that video we address a 90-day approach or a 90-day system to radically transform your life, I want to go against the grain and talk about why counting days without porn or masturbation, or why your typical 90-day or your typical nofap cycle, or even a lot of your 12-step programs are not going to be successful. And it comes down to our belief in ourselves, our belief in who we are and what we're ultimately capable of. See, here at Rebuilt Recovery, we have a very strong belief and we have a very strong saying that our entire company and our entire philosophy is built on. And that is the belief that if you want to ultimately change and overcome your addiction to pornography, you have to become the person that is no longer addicted to porn. So we focus a lot on the growth of the individual. We focus a lot on building a life that no longer requires pornography, or building a life that is no longer in need of the release through porn and masturbation. So we tap into the greater purpose of why you were created, of who you can ultimately be in this world and the impact that you can have in other people's lives. And guys, I think that is at the root of your recovery. That is at the root of your freedom. And ultimately, if you want to get past this habit, if you want to get past this addiction that is holding you back, it has to be something that is ingrained in who you are. And ultimately, your life has to move forward and has to move on. And you have to build the life without pornography. So what does that look like? What does that actually entail for you? Well, first and foremost, and this is why I don't fully believe in the approach of your traditional 12-step programs, and this can be for pornography addiction, for sex addiction, for alcoholism, and I'm not knocking those programs. I have tons of friends that are still a part of your 12-step, of your AA, of your SA programs today. I have many friends that attend weekly meetings, that are leaders in their meetings. But for me, where I find the hiccup and where I find the challenge and struggle there is, if we're ultimately going to move past this, if we're ultimately going to step into the life that we're created to live, we cannot continue to identify as an addict. I don't want to walk into a meeting every week and raise my hand and say, "Hi, I'm Frank, I'm a porn addict." I don't want you to have to walk into a meeting and raise your hand and say, "Hey, this is so-and-so and I'm addicted to sex, or I'm addicted to porn and masturbation." That is holding us, that is shackling us to our past, that is shackling us to our previous version. And ultimately, if we're going to move past this, we have to build the life that does not need porn. So first thing is, you have to change your belief, your mindset around who you are. You are not an addict. You are not a porn addict. You are not a sex addict. You are not a man that identifies as an addict. You are somebody that is struggling with is struggling with improper habits. Now, that can lead to more destructive behaviors, but the first thing that we have to do if we're ultimately going to overcome porn addiction forever for good, is we have to change our belief about who we are. We are no longer an addict. We are a person that is struggling with some negative behaviors, is struggling with some addictive tendencies, but we have the power to change that. So it's got to start with a belief in who we are. And then we have to envision a life and actually put something down on paper, whether it be a journal, a vision board, whether it be working with a coach, working with a mentor, whether it's sharing it with your friends. We talk a lot about networking, community, and building a tribe of people in your corner. But you have to envision that life. You have to actually put down on paper, put down in images, what can the life be for you if you were able to remove pornography from it. So, having the belief that you are not an addict, but you have the power to overcome your addictions. And secondly, envisioning your life in the future without porn. What can my life be? What can my relationship look like? What can my home look like? What can my service in my community look like? What can my body, what can my physical look like? What can my income look like? All these areas that our addiction is holding us back in, let's start tapping into ultimately like our greater purpose in those lives, and let's build our life around those. So guys, can counting days be successful? Absolutely. I highly encourage it at the beginning of your recovery to track your days. Reward yourself when you go 30 days, reward yourself when you go 90 days, reward yourself when you go 6 months, reward yourself when you go a year. But here's what I don't want for you is I don't want you walking around in the future, 5-10 years from now, with a badge of honor, on 1,500 days of nofap. Like, nobody wants that, and that's stuck in the past. Guys, we need to be progressively moving forward to the future. So ultimately, you're gonna break free from your addiction to pornography and masturbation. It's gotta start with a belief that you can change ultimately who you are, but it's gotta be something that you do forever. It's gotta be a part of who you are, and you have to move past the person that is relying on porn and masturbation. Guys, I hope you find value in this video. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe. We are releasing videos every day now, Monday through Friday. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. And guys, if you are looking for some help, if you're looking for a way out of your addiction to pornography and masturbation, we've written a free book. So write down there in the description box, www.the7stepguide.com. It's our free ebook. It's 7 steps to living life without porn. All you gotta do is hit that link and your email address will send the book over to you guys right away. But that's it, guys. Frank Rich from Rebuilt Recovery, making sure that you understand that the path to freedom from pornography and masturbation is not in counting the days that you go without porn, but it's building a life forever that does not rely on porn. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon.